Today I start finishing grinding the door jamb paint off. I removed that back wheel and then started wire wheeling here on the jamb and using the DA as much as I could with 80 grit sandpaper. Fenders. Fender finally came today. How's it going?
Luckily, it's not too heavy.
Sure, they're all good. Let's do some body work on them, right? Fenders for this. Yeah. Well, that one looks fine. Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one. Right on. Got my fenders finally. So I ordered the ones with no turn signal. Mine were, I don't know if you guys remember, but super rusty. The headlight bucket on that one was just bad. So I just ordered some without the turn signals because I got the bumper with the turn signals in it. So now I don't have to shave the turn signals, which is nice. So there's a couple dings on it, but on the one fender, but that's expected. I'm trying to button all this up and peel all that paint off this side, the jamb. Maybe I'll try maybe to do even on the inside there. I'm gonna tackle taking this off here, get it out of the way real quick so I can continue grinding on this. Not sure exactly how it's held in. Might just tug on it here, see what happens. Oh, it's like glued and tucked into the, there we go. I don't know if you guys can see that, the, get that closer, some teeth. So it looks like when you put it on, you wrap it around the teeth. So goes in there and then I feel like it's, I don't know if it's glued on or not, but I'm gonna work on taking that all the way out, all the way down there. Well, took a little bit of effort for sure, but this kind of tucks way up in there. And then down here, the teeth were different. Grabbed on a lot more. But kind of wraps around. Show you guys on that side. Wraps around that pillar there. It's probably glued the rest of the way, I would assume. But at least I got that out of the way now. I can get the rest of this paint off. All right, got all that paint off. I need to get in this little crack here and a little bit more on the bottom there, but I'm gonna pull this headliner out here on top. Let's see what it looks like. It's just these little metal clips, kind of like on the door jamb there, or this part here. So it's like there's these little metal tabs it slides into. So I'm just gonna kind of Pull the headliner out. Maybe what's coming out. Maybe get this clip tool in there, maybe. Just ripping it. I'm not going to use it, but there we go. I can get that in there and slide that out. It's hard to do one-handed here. Put it on the tripod. All right, I got all this out. I had to kind of pull it slowly and use this. But this tucks under these little tabs there. I'm guessing when I put the new one in, I'll have to bend those down a little bit, tuck it under, and maybe tap it with a hammer, rubber mallet or something to get it to hold tight. I'm sure that'll be fun. Here's my progress. Got most of the paint off. All the jam here. All the way around. I started sanding in here. There's a bunch of glue on this edge. It's all sticky. Well, it's not sticky, but it's all, you know, dried up glue. All that stuff. And I have to try to clean that off as much as I can. So I'm going to end up painting everything. But I think I'm going to work on pulling the carpet rail off here. Pretty bad. I can't really see any welds. Normally I can kind of see weld marks, but I don't really see any. I'm not sure how they attached it. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna pry on it this way because I'm replacing it. See if I can get the new piece out here. So here's the new piece. It's gonna go right here. I got one for both sides. So I'm gonna just figure out how to get that off right now. That's the plan anyways. I'm just gonna grab a flathead, maybe see what we can do here. Just kind of pull this edge back maybe and determine if I can find any spot welds, or not sure how they attach this on here. Might grab a hammer, show you guys what I see so far. So that's the inside lip. It doesn't, it's a pretty tight fit right there, so might grab a paint scraper, it's pretty thin, and hammer. Let's see if I can slide this in. Okay, so I kind of see a little bit of the welds. I softened it up a little. Now I can actually see the spot weld. But the metal's tearing so much. if I can get that to. So that broke loose. It's really hard to see the spot welds. But there, look, that's working. I'll just obviously have to grind that down. But that seemed to work. Just kind of prying on it, really. Wiggling it. There we go. Bam. Cool. So this is more solid than I was expecting, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna keep kind of going down the edge of this with this tool here. I just grabbed a, and let's see if I can break that loose by kind of just wiggle jiggle. Bam. Yeah, that worked good actually. It's back and forth, and then it breaks it loose. Sweet. I'm gonna keep doing that all the way down till it's all the way off. It's actually easier than I thought, so got it off. I didn't actually have to drill any holes, which is good because last few times I've drilled holes, then I end up blowing through, and then I got to weld up the holes. So now I'll zoom in there. Just got a bunch of all the little chunks there. I will end up just grinding those off. This is garbage. It's great. And then I got the new piece. I'll weld this on. That worked really well. I'm gonna have to get in there. I'll probably use my little sander to get up in there probably. Sweet. That was super quick. Got it all cleaned up. Now I can get this welded on there. Great. I need to clean this rusty pitty stuff up here a little more. I'll probably put some POR 15 on that just to give it a coat to help it from coming back, but I'll try to get as much as I can out. It's getting there though. I'm gonna call it a night. So basically today, worked on it for about, I don't know, hour and a half. Finished grinding off all that, pulled the old metal piece off. I have to do the same thing on the other side. But right now I'm just focusing on, I'm gonna do this side. I'll probably do the body work on this side first before I move on. What I'm thinking. I might even prime this just so that's done and then move on to the roof and the other side in the future. But that's where I'm at. I do have a couple days off, so maybe I'll try to get the body work done on here. This was already there, and all these are low. I left them there on purpose, so I knew roughly where they are. Just helps find them a little easier. The dents, anyways. I'm gonna pre-fit these fenders. I got this one on. It's all right. It's definitely not perfect, but oops, stepping on the poppet. Sorry. little wonky here, but that fender seal goes in there. I'm sure all that'll be just fine. Not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and fit this side. I just tapped out, or took the tap and drilled out all the bolts, so they're fresh and good to go. And then I have a bag of new hardware. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that driver's side one on now. Oh, it's hit my freaking little dog man. That hurt. Start off with the center one. There we go. I kind of just start with that one and then just work my way out. I don't tighten it all the way down, that way you can adjust it. Let me bring the camera down, show you guys what I'm doing. All right, so working the last two here. One there, and then one more up here. I might have to. I can tell already this one. So it's all the way out right now, and I don't know if you guys can see that. I need to hog that inner one out a little more so I can. So I'll bolt all these down tight and we'll see how good it all fits. So that's cinched all the way down. There is going to be that rubber seal that goes in there to fill all that in. But this is just too far. It's hard to tell. But it's sticking out probably 1/4 of an inch right here. So I think I'm going to pull the fender off, hog out that hole a little right there. Probably those two, if there's any room to remove some metal. That way I can push it out more. See how bad this lines up. I'm going to line it up on the outside here. So that's flush with the outer apron. So that hole needs to be hogged out up top. And this one, literally, I need to make a new hole. Because if I cut that out, there won't be a hole there. This will just have to be completely cut out. Because that's flush right there. Right in the middle of it. The top one, I might be able to do a little bit. basically just self-tap screwed this metal piece on. I think I'm going to cut this part out because that's basically where the hole should be. And then I'm going to drill a bigger hole throughout here. I'll end up welding this on at the very end. See how it all works. Hopefully it works well. Then I'll trim this, kind of make it look a little better. It's not going to be a big rectangle there. I marked this a little bit and pulled it off. I think I'm going to drill a hole right here. And then I'm going to go, I'll trim off a little bit of the fender and then stick it back on where I'm at. I'm going to cut this. Maybe I'm going to try to cut it with these snips here. Oh yeah, easy. Easy. Okay. That basically where the fender hole is. Maybe I'm going to go, I'll go stick it up there real quick on the car and then give me a rough idea where the hole should be. All right, I got it fitting pretty good right there. And that is where the bolt is. So I cut that out. So pretty much right in the middle. And then that upper one, probably gonna have to do the exact same thing because that's right where the hole is. So I'm gonna trim that one off too. Make a little plate for it. Okay. This is what I came up with. I'm gonna make that hole a little bigger to match that one, but I did put it on already. I made sure the holes lined up. These screw heads were obviously hitting the body, but it did line up. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld this plate on, and then I will I'll shape this, try to make it look halfway decent. Maybe I'll try to make it kind of swoop like this. We'll see. That's the next task here. And then once it's on, I need to fix this corner. It's supposed to be rounded, but it's like, I don't know what's going on with it. I'm gonna do it when it's on the vehicle, I think, as much as I can. Roll that up, because I think this is supposed to be more straight. It's all bent down. Okay, I got it prepped. Sprayed some weld through primer on there. I'm gonna weld these two on and then shape them. Got it welded on. I'm gonna clean up the welds a little bit more, and then I'm gonna test fit it. I tried to kind of shape those. I don't think it looks too bad. Not as gradual as the rest, but that's okay. That's what I came up with. So I'm gonna try to bolt it on now. I squirted some primer on it. So I'm gonna bolt it on and see how I did. All right, I got it bolted on. It's definitely much better here. I gotta try to figure out this. That looks like crap. This side's pretty dang nice. This side, not so much. My primer ran over the edge, but I'm gonna try to roll that somehow. See if I can make it look any better. I know the bumper will be here, covering a little bit of that, but still I want it to look nice. Got the bumper just halfway mocked up here. This is the factory bumper. It'll probably sit like here, like so. I think we're good to go. I'm gonna weld stud in over here, and I need to weld one in over here. I tried to flatten that out as much as I could, but I cannot get in behind it, so it's really hard to. I was trying to pry it out with a screwdriver and then hammer it a little. It's kind of being a pain. But I got this one in there, so I'm going to weld it on. And then I'll work on that one, I guess. Got this one welded and cleaned up. Testing. I'm going to get this one welded on now. Cool. I'll grind that off. Make it look pretty. Got those two welded on. Looks pretty good. Turned out nice. I still need to get this bolt out. Figure out how to do that next. That'll be fun. There's another one for the running board too. I have to drill it maybe out and retap it. On this side, none of them came out, or none of them broke, so this side's good. So I think that's it. I gotta take the ones out of the running board on this side, and hopefully none of them break. But as far as welding those in, I'm done. The car, I did one on there and two back here.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you could. Thanks.